Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. We'll just chant one round and we'll get started. Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami. Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravan Charani. Nirvishesh Shunyavad Prasyadya Starani Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Sadi Gaur Bhaktivedanta. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, 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 Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, 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 Hare Krishna, Krishna, Ram 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Krishna Ram 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Ram 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Ram 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Ram 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Ram Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Ram Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Ram Ram Hare Krishna Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Ram Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Ram Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna. Yeah. So you can go to Vibhavari Sesha. There is a bhajan in Google. Just Google Vibhavari Sesha Aloka Pravesha. Hare Hare Krishna. Vibhavari Sesha Aloka Pravesha. Vibhavari Sesha Aloka Pravesha. Nidrachari Utho Jiva Vibhavari Sesha Aloka Pravesha Nidrachari Utho Jiva. Basically, when we sing these bhajans, why do we sing bhajans? We sing bhajans to awaken our consciousness because we are doing so many activities before we have come here, and to suddenly connect with something divine is not easy, right? So, even in a movie theater, when you go to see a movie, can you see a movie when there are lights everywhere? So, what are the things that happen when you go to a theater? Lights are on, you find your spot to sit, and then the lights are off, and one light starts, right, which is the screen, right? So this process is needed for us to focus, otherwise we can't focus on anything. So when we are coming from our home, and especially Hare Krishna, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. I was waiting for the musicians. So when we are coming, from so many distractions, so many difficulties, so many different anxieties in our mind, right? to satsang, it takes little bit time to detox those things out. And we start speaking something divine and hearing something divine and connecting something divine. It takes a little effort. So these bhajans are a way where we chant the names of Krishna, or we chant some prayers of great acharyas who are pleading Krishna to please open our eyes and to take shelter of Krishna. So we see Vibhavari Sesha, Aloka Pravesha, Nidra Chari Utho Jiva. Who is sleeping here? We are sleeping. Right? So please wake me up. Oh Lord, you wake up and please wake me up. That's the whole point here. Right? We are not trying to wake up Lord. Lord is anyway always awoken. You know, some people, funnily they say that now Lord is sleeping. Lord never sleeps. And he sleeps. Both he does. We can't do both at a time. Right? We are either sleeping or we are awake. But Krishna can be awake also, he can be sleeping also. Right? So we are calling him, saying, please come into my life, awaken me. I'm sleeping in slumber, in darkness. Please awaken me and give me self-realization. Right? So please sing these bhajans with enthusiasm. The louder you sing, so clearly your consciousness will be transformed. Right? These are the names of Krishna. Actually, this bhajan is one of my favorites because it has so many names of Krishna and so many names relating to his pastimes. Yashoda Dulala means what? The naughty, spoiled brat of Yashoda. Right? Dulala. Right? The one, and what else? Sri Madhusudhana, the one who killed Madhu, the demon Madhu, Sudhana. Govinda Gopala, the one who gives pleasure to cows and protects the cows. Gopala means protection, Govinda means pleasure. Vrindavana Purandhara means what? The one who, who's brought up in Vrindavan, and Purandhara, he gives lot of pleasure to the residents of Vrindavan. Right? So, Gopi Priya Jana, the one who is most favorite to all the gopis. Right? Radhika Ramana means what? The one who is the most beloved of Radhika. Who is Radhika? Srimati Radharani. Right? So every little line, every little word can be spoken and discussed for hours and hours. How he is, what he is. Right? So when we are singing this bhajan before the class, we are trying to awaken our consciousness, and then we will read Bhagavad Gita. Because Bhagavad Gita, you have to first understand who is Krishna, and you have to fall in love with Krishna. When you fall in love with Krishna, then you'll automatically listen to Krishna. Right? So we are not in love with Krishna. We are in love with Shah Rukh Khan, Saif Ali Khan. I don't know what all Khans we are in love with. Right? So to replace those people with Krishna, we sing these bhajans. Because we have to be attracted to the all attractive. Right? Akarshayati iti Krishna. The one who is the source of all attractions in the world is Krishna. Even if you are attracted to a movie star, that attraction is also coming out of Krishna only. Otherwise, how can we be attracted? Right? So please sing this enthusiastically. Don't sing with me, sing after me. Vibhavari Sesha Aloka Pravesha Nidrachari Utho Jiva Vibhavari Sesha Aloka Pravesha Nidrachari Utho Jiva Vibhavari Sesha Aloka Pravesha Nidrachari Utho Jiva Vibhavari Sesha Aloka Pravesha Bolo Hari Hari Mukunda Murari Rama Krishna Hare Deva Bolo Hari Hari Mukunda Murari Rama Krishna Hare Deva Bolo Hari Hari Mukunda Murari Rama Krishna Hare Deva Bolo Hari Hari Mukunda Murari Rama Krishna Hare Deva सब साधन जय दशरथि रामा यशोदा दूलाल गोविंद गोपाल वृंदावना पुरंदरा गोपी प्रिया जन राधिका रामन भुवन सुंदर बारा रावण ठाकर माखन भास्कर गोपी जना वस्त्रहारी ब्रजेरा राखर गोपा वृंदाफल चित्ताहरी भंसीधारी योगींद्र बंधन श्रीनंदनंदन ब्रज जना भरहारी नवीन नीरद रूप मनोहर मोहन बंसी बिहारी यशोदानंदन कंसानि सूदन निकुंज रास विलासी कदम्ब कानन रसपरायण वृंदावी पीर निवासी आनंद वर्धन प्रेम निकेतन कुलशरा जोजक कामा गोपागणांधन चित्ता विनोदन समस्त गुण गण धामा गोपागणांधन चित्ता विनोदन जमुना जीवन केली परायण मानस चंद्र चकोरा नाम सुधारस गाओ कृष्णा जस राखो वचन मन मोरा नाम सुधारस गाओ कृष्णा जस राखो वचन मन मोरा विभवरिशेष आलोक प्रवेश निद्राचारी उठो जीवा बोलो हरि हरि मुकुंद मुरारी राम कृष्ण हाय जीवा बोलो हरि हरि मुकुंद मुरारी राम Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Jai Radha Gopi Vallabha Radha Gopi Vallabha Radhe, Jai Radha Gopi Vallabha Radha Gopi Vallabha Radhe, Jai Radha Gopinath Radha Gopinath Radhe, Jai Radha Gopinath Radha Gopinath Radhe, Jai Radha Madan Mohan Radha Madan Mohan Radhe, Jai Radha Madan Mohan Radha Madan Mohan Radhe, Jai Radha Madhav Radha Madhav Radhe, Jai Radha Madhav Radha Madhav Radhe, Jai Radhe Jai Radhe Jai Radhe Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Radhe Jai Radhe Jai Radhe Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Krishna Jai Krishna Jai Krishna Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Krishna Jai Krishna Jai Krishna Jai Shri Krishna, Jaya Jagannatha Jagannatha Baladeva Jaya Subhadra, Jaya Jagannatha Jagannatha Swami Nayana Patanami Nayana Patanami Bhavatu Me गौर हरि जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय गुरुदेव 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 जय जय गुरुदेव नित्य गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल नित्य गौर हरि बोल श्री राधा गोपी वल्लभ की जय, श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा माई की जय, श्री लक्ष्मी नरसिंह स्वामी भगवान की जय, श्री प्रहलाद महाराज की जय, श्री गौर निताय की जय, ऐसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद की जय, श्री ब्रह्म मध्व गौड़ गुरु परंपरा सांप्रदाय की जय, भगवद गीता सत्संग की जय, मयोम कृषि भगवद गीता बैच की जय, निताय गौर प्रेमानंद हरे कृष्ण। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरौ श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचना गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Repeat as loudly as you can. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
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 नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवती नैष्ठिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपः कुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः। नमः पंकजनाभाय नमः पंकजमालिने नमः पंकजनेत्राय Namaste Pankajangre.
Namaste Pankajangre.
Namo Mahavadanyaya.
Namo Mahavadanyaya.
Krishna Prema Pradayate.
Krishna Prema Pradayate.
Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya.
Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya.
Namine Gauratvishe Namaha.
Namine Gauratvishe Namaha.
Namo Brahmanyaya Devaya.
Namo Brahmanyaya Devaya.
Gau Brahmana Hitaya Cha.
Gau Brahmana Hitaya Cha.
Jagaditaya Krishnaya.
Jagaditaya Krishnaya.
Govindaya Namo Namaha.
Govindaya Namo Namaha.
Nama Om Vishnupadaya.
Nama Om Vishnupadaya.
Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale.
Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale.
Srimate Bhakti Vedanta.
Srimate Bhakti Vedanta.
Swami Niti Namine.
Swami Niti Namine.
Namaste Saraswati Deve.
Namaste Saraswati Deve.
Gauravani Pracharine.
Gauravani Pracharine.
Nirvishesha Shunyavadi.
Nirvishesha Shunyavadi.
Pasyatya Deshatarine.
Pasyatya Deshatarine.
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya.
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya.
Prabhu Nityananda.
Prabhu Nityananda.
Shri Advaita Gadadhara.
Shri Advaita Gadadhara.
Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare.
Hare Rama Hare Rama.
Hare Rama Hare Rama.
Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Nukum karoti vachalam pangum langayate girimit kripahatamam vande Shri Guru Dinatarinam Shri Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Oma Pavitro Pavitro Va Sarvavastham Gato Piva Yat Smaret Pundarikaksha Sabhyabhyantaram Suche Shri Vishnu Shri Vishnu Shri Vishnu. Hare Krishna. Thank you all for coming. Somehow I feel Saturday morning is more energetic than Sunday morning. Yeah. Hare Krishna. And Mataji, your daughter's name? Adhya. Can we ask Adhya Mataji to come here? Is today her birthday?
Actually, her birthday is on 14th of Feb, but it's on Tuesday, so that's why we...
Oh, yes. We are always ready to celebrate birthdays. So this is Adhya Mataji and their parents, Prabhuji and Mataji, they are celebrating their birthday here and they have sponsored today's Prashadam for all of us. So let us pray that Adhya Mataji becomes an amazing devotee and she saves all of us from going to hell. Let's chant 3 times Hare Krishna mantra for a nice spiritual progress. Yeah. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And let's also thank the wonderful family. Prabhuji, I forgot your name, Prabhuji. Sachin Prabhu and Divya Mataji. Please forgive me, Prabhuji. My memory is a big problem. So Sachin Prabhu and Divya Mataji have been coming to our satsang from the first session, right? And they have been tolerating me for quite some long time, and we are very grateful that the whole family is coming. Such a wonderful thing, isn't it? And the daughter also is here. Do you like coming Sunday mornings?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. What do you like is coming Sunday morning?
I didn't understand.
What do you like in satsang?
I like listening Gita.
Listening Gita? If I was you, I would have told Prashadam. You don't like Prashadam?
Yes.
Yes, Hari Bol. So let's pray for her good health and nice spiritual progress. Hare Krishna. Please, beta. Raji. So we actually celebrate devotee birthdays in a grand way. Because human birth should be celebrated in a grand way. Right? Donkey birth, dog birth, zarurat nahi. But human birth should be celebrated in a grand way because we are so rare to be a human. Right? Durlabha manusha janma. Shastra is telling very rarely we get human birth, very rarely. So we are all getting human birth. Don't think it just came like that. We have done some great deeds to get this human birth. We have served some brahmanas, or we have, as a cow, we have served somebody, as some animal, or somebody gave us some prasad, and somehow in a shortcut we became. So there are many ways. The whole, there are 8.4 million species. 8.4 million species. It's a very dangerous number. We might be a spider, a fish. I don't know what all we have been. All of us have been. Huh? Don't worry about it. Don't think about it. We all have done all that. And then finally we were 10-legged, we were 4-legged, now we are 2-legged. Right? So if we become Krishna Bhakta, after this life, we'll be 2-legged and 4-handed. Right? We'll go to Vaikuntha. Vaikuntha is 4-handed. Everybody is 4-handed. Right? But if we don't become a Krishna Bhakta, we can become 4-legged. Right? We can become animal or something in this next life. It is there. The whole theory of evolution is of consciousness, not of the body. Darwin, that's where he made a big mistake. He said body consciousness, bodily evolution. No, it's consciousness evolution. Right? How your consciousness is rising. Yeah. So today is also the appearance day of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati. I'll show you his picture. It's there in all your Bhagavad Gitas also. Yes. So there is this picture in page number 28. After that, you see Bhaktivedanta Swami. He is Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, who established International Society for Krishna Consciousness. And right after that page, there are 4 gurus pictures here. Right? Right after. Can you see this? Yeah? Yeah. And then at the right bottom corner is Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj. Right? Here, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati. Today is his appearance day, meaning the day he appeared on this planet, and the day he disappeared also will come during the year. So we'll just spend 5 minutes about this great personality, so we know who he is. On Vyasa Puja, we celebrate his Vyasa Puja. Every time they appear, we celebrate their Vyasa Puja by glorifying and thanking them for what they have done for us. So here is Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati, and his guru is Gaura Kishore Das Babaji, just beside him. Right? You can see him. And right above him is Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Right? He is his guru. Gaura Kishore Das Babaji is guru. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur's guru is Jagannath Das Babaji. Right? And so this disciplinic succession keeps going up all the way till Krishna. You can see that in page number, I think 1 somewhere. The whole disciplinic succession is given of how the gurus have, where is that? Yeah. Page number 30, after that, the disciplinic succession. Right? So 32nd Acharya is what we have seen with our naked eyes, and some of us have not, which is Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. 31st is Bhakti Siddhanta, Gaur Kishore Das Babaji, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Jagannath Das Babaji, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Narottam Das Thakur, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, Raghunath Jiva Goswami, Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, and all the way it goes all the way till Krishna. So this is called disciplinic succession, an unbroken chain of knowledge, which is passed on without any contamination, without any changes. So who is Bhakti Siddhanta? Actually, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati is the youngest son of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. You see Bhaktivinoda Thakur on the top? He is the youngest son of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So how come his guru is Gaur Kishore Das Babaji? So just see the mood of a guru. Bhaktivinoda Thakur himself is a great Acharya. And the bhajan we just sang, Vibhavari Sesha, right? It's written by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Right? It's written by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. We just sang his bhajan. So he was a magistrate. He had 10 children and many daughters also, 10 sons and many daughters also. And he used to call his house as Vaikuntha. He used to chant 64 rounds every single day. And he was a magistrate, in British times. And the British government was so happy with his knowledge and his service that, at one point he told, I'm going to retire soon because I want to worship Lord Chaitanya in Mayapur. And I'm not going to come. It's difficult for me to come and do the service. British government said, you don't need to worry, we will put a train track to your house. They actually put a train track to his house so that he doesn't need to spend more time, he can directly board the train and come to the office. Does anybody do anything like that? Just imagine, British government is so much, I'm not supporting British, but they also felt, such a great person was Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And he had many sons, and he always wanted a greatest son who will establish the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission on the planet. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself, and he comes to give us Harinam. And he wanted one great son who can, among all his sons, but he always prayed for that one son who is going to establish that throughout the world. So when we sing Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine, the Saraswati is nothing but Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati. Right? Bhakti Siddhanta, his actual name is Bimal Prasad. But he was given a name Bhakti Siddhanta because he was such a scholarly person by education. Surya Siddhanta, he did specialization in Surya Siddhanta, which is about astrology. And nobody on the planet could defeat him. He would just quote, and very, very staunch person. And very highly educated in those days, very highly educated. And actually during his birth happened in Jagannath Puri. Bhaktivinoda Thakur was the temple president of Jagannath Puri also. And he was also a magistrate, for British government. And he also used to chant 64 rounds every day. And he also used to write so many poems every day. And he also used to worship Krishna many, many hours in a day. Now, how many hours is his day? It is unbelievable. He was such an efficient person for everything he does. So when Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati was born, when he was a small child, like infant, just 1 day old, that day Rath Yatra was happening in Jagannath Puri. And the Rath came, and right in front of their house, it stopped. And it was not moving. It was not moving. They were pushing the Rath, but it was not moving. Nobody understood what happened, what went wrong. They were they're pushing and pushing and pushing. It was not moving at all. It stayed there for a day. And then Bhakti Vinod Thakur took his son, Bhakti Siddhanta, and with his family, he went to take the darshan of Lord Jagannath on the Rath. And as soon as he kept Bhakti Siddhanta on the Rath and prayed that, please bless my son, Jagannath's garland, and some flowers just broke and they fell on his son. And right after that, the Rath moved. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur understood, my son that I was always waiting for, the best son who is going to take my, mission forward is born, right? And Bhakti Siddhanta eventually became such a staunch guru. He, after finishing all his education, he went to his father and he asked, what is the next thing I should do? His father told, you should take initiation from a devotee. You have got too much knowledge, which is actually a problem now. Because this knowledge is not making you a devotee. You should become a devotee. So he said, okay, father, so you give me initiation. He said, no, I don't deserve to give initiation. I'm not a devotee. So he's gone. He said, so who should I take? There is one, Gaur Kishore Das Babaji. You can take initiation from him. Now, Gaur Kishore Das Babaji is a disciple of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And he's telling, my disciple is more advanced than me. Right? This is called humility. This is, even in Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya, Kanchipurna considered Ramanujacharya more advanced than him. Whereas Ramanujacharya was a disciple of Kanchipurna. Right? So in Guru Shishya Sampradaya, nobody says that I'm a guru. I'm a guru, I'm a guru. Nobody tells I'm a guru. They only say I'm a servant of my guru. And I'm a servant of my disciple also. Right? So Bhakti Vinod Thakur told Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, your life is waste if you don't take initiation from a pure devotee. Because what will you do with that knowledge? You will die one day. That knowledge is not going to take you anywhere unless knowledge makes you a devotee. This Bhagavad Gita, at the end of it, all of us should become a devotee. A devotee means somebody who has gratitude. The other day, Prabhuji was asking me a question. What is the definition of a devotee? Devotee means somebody who has gratitude. Gratitude means what? Being grateful. Thank you. Right? Thank you, not just saying it, living it. Saying it, and go to America, everybody says thank you, thank you, thank you. You don't live it. Right? You should live that thank you. Meaning, you should actually do something about that thank you in your life. Right? So, if our children are not having gratitude, then they don't have any good quality. Gratitude, first of all, to our parents, mother, among father and mother, first mother, that my mother is taking care of me. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful, right? Then my father, who is running this house in spite of so many challenges, is running it. I'm so grateful. My sister, my brother, who are always there to support me, I'm so grateful, right? My uncle, my aunt, my relatives, I'm so grateful. My neighbor, I'm so grateful. The security guard, I'm so grateful. A devotee, I'm so grateful. My Siksha Guru, I'm so grateful. The driver who takes my bus to school, I'm so grateful. Gratitude is a quality, and the person who has gratitude can understand spiritual knowledge. A person with no gratitude cannot understand spiritual knowledge. And that gratitude, when you cultivate it in your office, when you go to office, when you work with your colleagues, he has done something, I'm very grateful. People will give their life to you if you're just grateful from heart, not just saying it, right? So from heart. Lord Ram told, I can give shelter to anyone. Lord Ram told this in Ramayana. I can give shelter to anyone, but not to a person who is not grateful. If you're not grateful, I cannot give shelter, he told, right? So one quality you teach to all your children, or any children, or if you yourself cultivate it, try to be grateful. Every time you see sun, grateful. Vivaswan, Suryadev, thank you. Thank you for rising today morning and making my day. If you were not there, I would not have been alive. Thank you, Chandradev, for coming in the night and giving all medicines into all the plants so that those medicines will cure me. Right? Thank you, Varunadev. Okay? So we should do our karma with gratitude. Yajnartha karma netra, lokoyam karma bandhana, tadartha karma kauntaye yukta sangha samachara. In third chapter, Lord Krishna says, you should do yajna and karma and be grateful to all the devatas. Right? Krishna worship doesn't mean we are not grateful to devatas. We are great. Bhagwan worship also means grateful to all his followers. Right? So here, Bhakti Vinod Thakur told Bhakti Siddhanta, his own son, that go take initiation from Gaur Kishore Das Babaji, because he's a wonderful devotee. And Gaur Kishore Das Babaji is illiterate. Illiterate in the sense he did not learn any knowledge. But he was a staunch devotee of Radha and Krishna. He would always chant holy names. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, all the time. And he was so humble that he felt that if somebody comes near me, they'll become contaminated. Don't come near me. I'm very contaminated person. And don't disturb me also, because I don't have focus where to chant. So you know where he used to chant? He used to go and chant at a place where people used to pass tool. The villagers would go outside and they used to pass tool. He would choose that place to go and sit in there and chant. Why? Because there nobody will come to disturb him. And he doesn't want to be disturbed. Because disturbed means what? He doesn't think that he's a great chanter. He thinks that he cannot chant. So he needs to concentrate. So I don't need disturbance. If somebody used to come and ask, I want to become your disciple, he would say, you want to take disciple from me? I'm so contaminated. Don't come near me. Go far. Don't come near me. You'll become contaminated. Like that he was. And from heart, he used to feel like that. And Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati was so learned, his father told, your life is waste if you don't take initiation from a devotee. Right? You go and take initiation from Gaur Kishore Das Babaji. He came to Gaur Kishore Das Babaji and he said, I want to take initiation from you. And Gaur Kishore Das Babaji started shouting, oh, what are you speaking? You are the son of Bhakti Vinod Thakur. You are Bhakti Siddhanta. You are Surya Siddhanta. What are you doing with me? I'm illiterate. I don't have anything. Just go from here. Just go. Then he told, if you don't give initiation, I cannot go back to my house. I cannot. My life is waste if you don't give me initiation. What is the use of all this knowledge if I don't have Krishna Bhakti? If I don't have gratitude for Guru and Gauranga, what is the use of this knowledge? It's a burden on me. The Bhakti Siddhanta is a burden on me. He said, no, I'm not going to give initiation. You go. He never gave anybody initiation. Then Bhakti Siddhanta said, if you're not going to give me initiation, I'm going to die right now in Ganga. And he actually went. Started drowning, and Gaur Kishore Babaji pulled him out and said, you're not leaving me any more choice but to accept you as my disciple. And then he gave initiation to him. And then he became Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati. And he told chanting is the most important process in the age of Kali, propagate this in a big way. So Bhaktisiddhanta went into a kutir and he chanted for like years, some 1 crore names or something like that. I forgot the number. Only he was chanting. And whenever he has to eat during a day, he would sit, like legs crossed. I don't know what that asana. You sit on your legs like this, and then he'd keep his hands behind him and he would bend. And whatever little that he can get in his mouth in one gulp, that's his meal for the day. That's all. He will not eat anything more than that. Just one gulp. Barely you can touch your face when you sit like that. It's very difficult. And in that one gulp, you take that much. That's my meal. And he used to chant for the whole day inside that kutir. Only chanting Hare Krishna. 186 rounds or maybe more. And after so many years, he came out of that kutir. And that kutir is still there in Mayapur. I'm going there today afternoon. And there he came out. And then he established Gaudiya Math. How many have heard the word Gaudiya Math? It's very famous. He had established 64 mathas around the planet, around India, from North India to South India. And he was a staunch guru. He was also called Simha Guru. Impersonalism, personalism. He was such a great, knowledgeable person. Anybody who wants to challenge him on Siddhanta, right, he would just run away from there because he would not compromise at all. Krishna is a person. How can you say he's Brahman? Brahman is his energy. He would like smash him with all kinds of Vedic literatures. And Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada was one of his disciples. Among more than 60 or 70,000 disciples he had, Bhaktivedanta Swami is one of his disciples. And one Grahastha disciple who was married and who had children. And nobody took Prabhupada seriously, Bhaktivedanta Swami. His name was Abhay Charan. And later on, he was the one who took the movement forward. His guru wanted him to preach around the world. He sent so many disciples around the world to preach, but nobody was successful. But Bhaktivedanta Swami did it. As a Grahastha, he took sannyas after some time, and then he went out of the country. It's a long story and saga, how he went, difficulties that he went through. And then he finally established International Society for Krishna Consciousness, which is nothing but an outwing of, Gaudiya Math. He came from Gaudiya Math and he established two different entities, but then still the mood is same. And he established, and there are more than 10 lakh devotees today around the planet. And Mangalarti is happening around the planet at all point of times. In every country, every city, there is ISKCON temple. And Bhagavad Gita is being taught professionally to all the people, because that's the most important thing that ISKCON says. Everybody should become knowledgeable and also worship God with knowledge, with the right consciousness. So Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj ki Jai. Sorry, I took your little bit time today to explain about this great acharyas, but I can't stop myself on his appearance day. Normally, on the appearance day and disappearance day of great acharyas, we fast. We fast till the noon. But that's okay today. You can still have your prasadam. You can, in your consciousness, you can say, next time when I get to know this, I will fast. Why we fast? Because we, out of gratitude, that thank you. Thank you for coming and delivering us. And we celebrate both the appearance and disappearance also. Even the day they disappeared from the planet, we celebrate. Why? Because these great acharyas are just like sun. Sun appears, sun disappears. That doesn't mean the sun has died. Sun comes and goes. In the same way, these acharyas also, they come on this planet, they deliver all of us, and they go. And they again come whenever Krishna sends them. Just like Ramanujacharya, Shankaracharya, Madhvacharya, Nimbarkacharya, Vishnu Swami. There are so many, even Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Right? These are great acharyas. They're not like us. They're not like us. They are coming with a mood to service. Right? Okay. So, what is the time? 9:05. Okay. So we did finish, we were discussing Sankhya Yoga, basically about the soul, right? And I think we finished till which shloka? 16th shloka. So before this, what did Krishna tell? Krishna said, there was never a time you are not there, I am not there, so we are always there. And Krishna said, by the way, we are changing bodies even within the same body. Dehinosmin yatha dehe kaumaram yavanam jara tata dehantras praptir dhirastatra namuyati. Right? So we are changing bodies even within the same body. Every 7 years cells are changing. In the same way, Like you're changing body within the same body, one day you'll change the real body itself and you'll take another body. Of this, there is no doubt. Oh Arjuna, don't become bewildered. Dhirastatra, become a dhira. Somebody who's fixed. Don't get confused. And then he says that, by the way, whatever you experience in this life, matras parshastu konte sitoshna sukhadukkada agama pain anistyas tamtitiksha bharata. He says, don't get bewildered by the non-permanent appearance of happiness and distress. These are all like summer and winter seasons which come and go. Just tolerate them. Just tolerate them. We discussed on length about it last week, right? Tolerate them. Don't see them as permanent. Anything in our life for that matter. And then we went into 15th shloka, where Lord Krishna said, don't be disturbed. Yeah, same thing, happiness and distress, and that way you'll become eligible for liberation. Prabhupada explained that the difficulties usually arise from the family relationships or attachments. Difficulty comes when we are too much attached. How many of you feel that your child is coming with his own karma? He has his own destiny, right? No matter what you do, he has his own destiny. You can't change his destiny, but you can educate him of choices in life. That much you can do, right? If your child is destined to be Osama bin Laden, you can't do much. He'll become that one day. Even though he's your chuchu mumu child in the house, when the right consciousness comes, he'll pick up from the previous life, he'll become Osama. But when he becomes, Osama, I'm just quoting like that. But what you can do is, during this time, you can educate him of choices. He can change his destiny. Destiny is changeable, right? You can definitely, for example, if you're boarding a flight, today I'm boarding a flight from here to Kolkata. The moment I boarded a flight, I don't have any choice. I have to land in Kolkata. That's called destiny, right? I've taken birth. I only have a choice after I get down. So during the flight, if I'm reading Bhagavad Gita, after getting down in Kolkata, I can make a better choice, right? So anyway, this life, what is destined will happen, but then he can choose his next life based on the choices in this life. So during the flight, I have to do something different, right? So during this life also, we should do something different. We are anyway destined whatever we are right now, but we can change our next birth. We can change our future. That is there in our hands. And to a certain extent, we can even change this life. Okay? Yeah. So, Shloka 16, here also Lord Krishna is saying, those who are seers of the truth have concluded the non-existent material body, there is no endurance, and the eternal, the soul, there is no change. This they have concluded by studying the nature of both. So, body is asat, body is completely asat. This body, Prabhujis and Matajis, is the biggest cheater. Your body that you are right now carrying is the biggest cheater. Whole life you are investing on this body, this stupid body is going to cheat you one day. Exactly when you want to use this body and enjoy, one diagnostic center report will come and your body, you will hate your body for what you have. Don't be proud of this body. This is just a lump of flesh, bones, mucus, pus, semen, that's all it is. And it is only going to show up when its true colors. Everything is inside. All the diseases are already pre-tuned. Right? When the right time comes, the disease comes. How does the death come? When disease comes, death comes. No. When death comes, disease comes. Right? So something has to come to kill us. So you should understand that. We all have a very clear end date. Don't have to worry. That end date is very much clear. So when that end date has to come, something has to happen in our body, it will come, no matter how old we are, right? So we have to utilize our time till then to make sure we don't get another material body. We don't want another material body. We want our spiritual body back. Yeah. So shloka number 17. Avinashi tuttad vidhi yena sarvam idam tatam vinasham avyavyasya na kaschit kartum arhati. Translation purport by the Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Please repeat it. that which pervades the entire body, you should know to be indestructible. No one is able to destroy that imperishable soul. Okay? And there is a long purport, but I'll just quote some important things out of this purport. Yeah. So basically, what is there in our body right now is called consciousness, and that cannot be killed. Basically, that is soul, and that cannot be killed. Like Krishna says in the beginning itself, Jayate, what is it? Natvam evam jatunasam, natvam janadipa, na chaivana bhavishyama, sarvayata param. There is never a time you are not there. So soul cannot be killed. You will always be there. All of us will always be there. In some or the other body will always be there. The spiritual world will be in our spiritual body. We'll always be there. Right? And we are indestructible. Is being told. We are indestructible. Right? Now Sveteshwara Upanishad is explaining, in the next page, it's saying the soul is described as 1/10,000th part of upper portion of a hair. So you pluck a hair, cut the topmost portion little bit, and then make 100 pieces of it, and take one piece and make 100 more pieces of it. That is the size of a soul. Now, which actually means you can't see it. This is called Sankhya way of explaining that don't try to see it, you will not see it. Because soul is spiritual and our body is material. That which is spiritual can't be seen by the material. Instead of saying can't be seen, Shastra explains in a way that anyway can't see it, even if you want to try. And by the way, when I said hair, it's not our hair, it's mosquito's hair. Even makes it difficult, isn't it? Mosquito's hair is so thin. How do I find the tip of it? So basically, soul is spiritual, you can't see it. Right? So, yeah. And there is, of course, the Hatha Yoga system is meant for controlling the 5 kinds of air, encircling the pure soul by different kinds of sitting postures, not for any material profit, but for liberation of the minute soul from the entanglement of material atmosphere. There are 5 airs inside us, right? These airs have to be controlled. The moment the air is disturbed, you get diseases. Kapha, Vata, Pitta, right? All these 3 things are there. This is the greatest technology. People have to understand that the technology that is going on right now inside our body is unbelievable. No scientist can ever understand what's going on. If you start going inside, you'll realize that it's as big as the universe. Like the universe has no end, our body also doesn't have any end. You go into the cell, nucleus, and then go further into it, neutron, proton, whatever ton, and finally you will see a New York City inside. Huh? What is this? Like such a complicated thing is right inside there. And then you go further inside, and then you'll realize, oh my God, let me stop it here. There is no end to this, right? They tried to do an experiment in Europe, some country, to find the soul. What was it called? A very famous experiment. They spent billions of dollars for that. Billions of dollars. The life particle. You go to Google and say the life particle. They were going in depth into the cell and the cell and the cell. Microscope. The microscope was so big, that at one point they realized they can't make anything bigger than that. And they went to such a point to see that life particle, which is soul, which is what is being told here, 1/10,000th the part of a tip of a hair, they could not find it. They could see everything functioning, but at one point they lost it. And how much did they waste? Billions and billions of dollars for that experiment called the life particle. Why do we just sit down Saturday morning, Sunday morning and understand soul is spiritual? You can't see it, right? That is consciousness. We'll go to 18th shloka. Antavanta ime deha nityashyokta sharirina anasino aprameyasya tasmad yudhyasva bharata. So first time he is telling here, fight. Translation. The material body of the indestructible, immeasurable, and eternal living entity is sure to come to an end. Therefore, fight. O descendant of Bharata. He's explaining the difference between soul and body. He's saying body will anyway get destroyed. Arjuna, what are you talking? How are you going to save the body of Bhishma and all these people? They'll anyway die one day. Soul is indestructible. So get up and fight. So this is the first time he's telling. Many more times he'll tell, get up and fight. So he's saying the material body of the indestructible, immeasurable is what? Not the body, the soul. Soul cannot be measured, right? I mean, he at one point in Shveteshwar Upanishad is saying that is 1/10,000 part of a hair, and in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is saying that it's immeasurable. Is it a contradiction? In a way, it's a contradiction, but actually the conclusion is same. You can't find it. You can't find it, right? Some people who want to do Sankhya Yoga, want to do analysis of this world, for those people, the Shveteshwar Upanishad is saying, okay, bana, 1/10,000 tip of a hair. So he'll get defeated. For a devotee like Arjuna, Krishna is saying it's immeasurable. Don't even try to measure it. Right? Because now just see the same soul which is in an ant's body. Ant is a small living entity. Same soul is in a blue whale's body also. Entire blue whale is controlled by that little pervading consciousness. And the same ant is being, being controlled by that. Right? And the same soul right now is controlling the sun planet. You know how hot is sun planet? I mean, for us it is hot, for them it is not. But it's a planet, a huge planet. And that is being controlled by one soul called Vivaswan. His name is Vivaswan. And he's controlling the whole sun planet. Can you control here sun planet? Yes, you can. That is the problem. You're not believing it. It's the same soul. There is no difference. You don't think you can, but you can. Right? I forgot. Sometimes I quote English movies. I forgot that English movie. Anyway, how much are we really utilizing our abilities? We are not utilizing anything. So far, as a soul, we have not utilized anything. Huh? Lucy. Yeah, there is a movie called Lucy, I think. Yeah. Very famous. I don't recommend everyone to see it, but it's a allegoric, a different way of presenting when the awakening starts of the soul, what it can actually see. Right? What it can actually see. It just decodes the whole universe. My God, where am I thinking? What am I thinking? Right? Ability, your capability is unbelievable. There are some siddhas in the Himalayas. Right? They have left this engineering colleges, medical college, they left all this. And they've gone to Himalayas saying, I have to see my capability of being a soul. And they can do things that you can't even believe. My guru, His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj, he traveled in the Himalayas. He actually saw them. You and me cannot see them. Sometimes some army people see them. In some remote corners of Himalayas, they see them. I saw one of them in Badrikashram. In Badrikashram, you got to cross. How many of you went to Badrikashram? Anybody? Yes. So Badrikashram, there is a spot called Vyas Gufa, right? And Saraswati River starts from there. Have you gone there, Mataji? To the end, actually. That's the border of. Huh? Yeah, I think people can go till there. Till that spot they go. After that, the China starts. China border is there, right there. Right. This is a mountain. Behind that mountain is China. This side of the mountain is India. So there is a tea stall. There is one fellow who kept a tea stall there, saying the last tea stall of India. He is marketing, saying drink the tea in the last tea stall of India, something like that. The corner. Mana village. Yeah. That there is a village. You've been there? Yeah. So it's a small village. And then you go through that. I have lived in Boston. And Boston is a hell on the planet when it comes to temperature. East Coast America is horrible. You can't imagine the kind of cold that we have experienced there. If you don't wear a glove for half an hour, your hand will become frost. And after that, you have to amputate it. You just cut it off because the cells have died. You know kind of cold I'm talking about? That is a kind of cold, like peak -24. You can't imagine those kind of temperatures, right? One day, I wanted to wipe the glass on my car. It was initially, I'm going from Hyderabad. I don't know this kind of temperatures. I took water in a mug, and I thought I'll throw the water, then I will wipe it. So I threw the water, I kept the mug down, I removed the cloth, and the water is not there. So what happened to the water? It became ice. The water that I threw became ice, in front of me, it became ice. And one day it snowed so much that my car was like, all the cars, we were living in like villas, one. So all the cars were parked, row houses, and it snowed like 4 feet. I cannot even 4 feet snow. Like, I never heard of anything like that. Whole night we were looking, white color, acha lag raha na, white color, acha lag raha na. Morning we got up with like 4 feet snow. I don't know where my car is. Right? I have to go in the morning to the office. Don't know what to do. But my friends told me, you need something to, shovel it, remove it. So I got that in my house. So I went outside. I was telling my wife, you have to help me. She's like, you figure it out. Then I started, removing the snow, removing snow. Like it took me like 1 hour, literally sweating, and my tongue, my mouth was like dry. Horrible temperatures. Hellish planet. If you want to experience hell, go to East Coast of America during winter. And I removed that whole snow. I removed everything and realized it's not my car. My neighbor came and said, thank you very much. What nonsense. Because you never know, when it snows 4 feet, you don't know what it looks like. Every car looks like the same. So then anyway, I had to redo that again. So that kind of hellish planet. And I went into this Badrika ashram. We are shivering. Why did I go to that? Because I'm telling, I am experienced in winter. And I was wearing gloves and literally covering my face like this, only eyes open in Badrika ashram. It was really, really cold at that spot. And there is this person sitting in langot. One sadhu. Just not wearing anything. You're just wearing this thin kopin. Right? And he was sitting and he was giving some grain prasad. He was sitting inside this cave, little cave, like not like cave as in cave, little cave on the way, and he was going, and there was a little lamp there, and he was worshipping Lord Shiva, and his matted hair. So he's like, everybody going, Jai Bolo, Shambhu, Shambhu, Jai Bolo, Shambhu. He was giving I was looking at him, what is wrong with this fellow, He doesn't have anything. And I'm wearing like 4 layers. And I'm experienced in Boston. Right? How is it possible? It's possible because they surpass the 5 elements through Siddhi. Right? It's very much possible. We can't do that, but they can do that. Can you do that? You can do that. But what's the point in doing that? Right? What's the point in doing that? One fellow, he left his village. When he was 10 years old, he left his village saying, I'll get Siddhis. He came back after 50 years to the same village. He came and told, I got Siddhi. Villagers told, what Siddhi you got? He said, you all come with me to the shore of the river. Then, there is this village and that village, and there is between the river. So he told, see, now what I'll do. He went and started walking on that river to the other side. And then he walked and came back. See, this is what I achieved in 50 years. One small boy told, we already had a boat. Why did you waste 50 years? Could have just gone in a boat. 50 saal waste kiya bekar mein. So why to waste our life in siddhis? Siddhis also is kind of a distraction. You become very proud of getting a siddhi. You get a siddhi of understanding people, manipulating people, becoming lighter than the lightest. There are some babas who take dubki in Himalayas. They come out in Prayag here. It's possible. They do that. It's true. And some people, you think that it's not true. There are things which we can't even imagine that are happening around us. Right? I myself have seen my own Goshala, some people who do mantra for cows. When cows go through some problems, allopathy cannot solve it. They come into a mantra, it's gone. In front of my eyes, it's gone. Once one cow was struggling to deliver, one fellow came in, one villager came in, do you want me to remove the pain? He said, yes, remove the pain. He just chanted a mantra, cow became silent, he started yawning. Why are you yawning? I took the pain. What? You've taken the pain? In front of my eyes, I've seen all these things. These are small siddhis. Chota, minuscule siddhis. What to speak of siddhis of, The great Siddhis. So the soul that we are, what we are is the soul is unlimitedly powerful, immeasurable, indestructible. But we have put ourselves into this body, which is destructible, which is measurable, which is asat. And this body is going to cheat us one day by saying that you are dying. Soul never dies, but I start believing that I'm going to die one day. I start believing that. And that belief will keep us in anxiety throughout our life. But the spiritual people, when you identify with soul, you become completely fearless. Neha Vikramanaşostri Pratyavayana Vidyate Swalpamappesya Dharmasya Trayate Mahato Bhayat. Mahato Bhayat. You become totally, fearless. Totally fearless. How many here want to become totally fearless? How many want to remain fearful? Nobody wants to remain fearful, but you're not trying to become fearless. You'll become fearless when you know who you are. Simple. When you realize who you are, you'll become fearless. Arey, you all have taken birth. You're going to leave this body one day. What is there to lose here? What is yours? Nothing is yours. Your designation. I have 14 acres of land near Chevalla. So what? You will die one day, the land will remain. I have balance. You all have bank accounts, right? There is some balance in that. I can guarantee. After 50 years, the bank account will be there. Balance will be there. You will not be there. You will not be there. Bank account balance will be there. Right? So you will not be there means in this body you will not be there. And the identity of that bank account is your body, isn't it? Your Aadhaar card is for your body, not for your soul. Soul doesn't have any Aadhaar card. Your PAN card is for your body. The day you are dead, all these cards are useless. There is no meaning to these cards, right? Including your visiting card also. What do you write? I'm an ASB graduate. I'm a Phalana Timka graduate. Who cares what you are? It is all limited to your body. And the person who is thinking I'm this body and is proud of the designations of that body is the biggest fool, Mudha. Can you all say Mudha? Mudha means fool. The biggest fool. Right? So don't recognize with this body. Don't be proud of anything related to this body. Na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim, kavitam va jagadisha kamaye. Mama janmani janmanishware bhavtad bhakti rahite kitve. I want to become a servant of Krishna. Ainanda tanuja kinkaram patidam vishame bhavam buddho. Kripaya pada pankaja sita dhuli sadarsham vichintaya. Let me become a dust at your lotus feet, Krishna. That is a bigger designation than all these other things that I'm holding on to. Right? Because that is soul. And Krishna is speaking about that soul, which is indestructible. I'm telling you, it's not easy for you to accept what I'm telling. On Saturday morning, Sunday morning, you'll hear a Prabhuji bolta rehta hai, soul, soul, soul. But when you realize it that you are the soul, you'll become fearless. You'll become so fearless. Old age will not affect you. Young age will not allure you. Middle age will not put you into depression because all these things are bodily things. You'll always be active. You'll act on soul platform. I have seen one devotee, recently she left her body here. A devotee who practiced Krishna consciousness seriously in her life. So I think one or two of you were there when she left the body. In front of her, she left the body without acting single tinge of fear. Is it possible? It is possible because she was soul conscious. She understood I am the soul. I am going to Krishna. And Krishna is the super soul. Atma, Paramatma. So I'm done. Her son was holding her hand. Her husband was holding her hand. After some time, she just lifted her hands. Done. Knows what son am I talking about? What husband am I talking about? What mother am I talking about? Her mother was sitting beside her. She's completely liberated. In front of her eyes, we were chanting Hare Krishna and she left her body happily. And nobody cried in that house. Nobody cried in that house. Everybody were like, she's gone back to Krishna. Completely fearless. One simple lady. Right? Simple person. See how powerful we are. The day we realize that we are the soul, we'll stop becoming greedy. We will stop becoming, exploitative others, jealousy. All the bad qualities in us will go because soul is the purest. Why soul is the purest? Because it's part of Krishna. Right? The day we realize our Father is Krishna, we will not be attached to anything in this world. Even if you lose everything, pura sab kuch gaya, be happy it is gone. Be very grateful it is gone. Chala get distraction. Now I can focus on Krishna. Life is to use it for self-realization. Right? Earlier days, self-realization was one of the important subject taught. But unfortunately now we are learning it when we are in 40s, 50s, 60s. Right? But now also it's not late. Let us make that self-realization most important thing in our life so that we become fearless. You'll become fearless. And no anxiety. Nothing can touch you. I told before this, there are only two people who are happy in this world. Who are those two people? One is a devotee, other is a mad fellow. Mad fellow. He is very happy. उसको कुछ कर सकते तुम लोग? Right? A matted fellow in the Gachibowli Chaurasta. And go and tell him, hey, depression. Whole US economy is falling. Huh? Like this. Hey, there is layoff in Google. Like it doesn't matter for him. And a devotee is also like that. Hey, there is a layoff in Salesforce. So what? You will lose your job. So what? How will you support your family? I'll sell the house. What will you do without house? I'll rent a house. How can you rent a house? I'll rent a house 100 kilometers from Hyderabad, where it is only 1,000 for the house. Right? I can change my family to whatever lifestyle I can. You lived such a great life. How can you live that? I don't have any problem. What is your problem? Right? So we should be ready to accept we are soul, then nothing can touch you. Nothing can touch you. Look at the situation in Turkey right now. Can we chant one Hare Krishna mantra for all the people there? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. What has happened in Turkey? 50,000 people have died in one night. Right? Don't you think they had dreams? Don't you think they had children? Don't you think they had properties? Don't you think they had plans? Everything got smashed in 1 second. What are you talking about security in this world? Huh? And you think Hyderabad is not prone for that? You think India is not prone for that? Any day, all our properties, all our beautiful flats with interiors, they'll go like this inside. And after 20,000 years, it will become coal. And somebody else will be extracting that coal, right? And getting energy out of it. And then he'll also construct buildings. You think these buildings were not there on this planet before? You think like that. But this planet has been revived, reformed, rejuvenated many times. Every day of Brahma, it completely goes under the Garbhodaka ocean, it comes back, and again these buildings are constructed. Oh, this is the first time. What a city. There have been many cities. Pagal and looks I'm doing this progress, economic progress. Meaningless. Mithya. Right? There is no meaning to this. So this most important reality is we are the soul. And our job is to connect with the super soul before we die. Before this body is gone, use this time to become self-realized. Right? Shloka number 19. Ya enam vitti hantaram yaschainam manyate hatam ubhau tau na vijanito ubhau tau na vijanito nayam hantina hanyate. Please repeat after me. Neither he who thinks the living entity the slayer, nor he who thinks it slain is in knowledge. For the self slays not, nor is slain. Simple. It doesn't sound simple, but it's very simple. If somebody thinks I can kill you, I'm a fool. And somebody thinks I can be killed, I'm also a fool. You cannot kill anybody and nobody can kill you. Right? So there is nothing like you can kill anybody, and there's nothing like somebody can kill you. That's what Lord Krishna is saying, right? Yeah. Let's chant next shloka. 20. Please repeat after. It's one of the beautiful shlokas. Na jayate mriyate va kadachin. Na jayate mriyate va kadachin. Nayam bhutva bhavitave na bhuya. Ajo nitya shashvato yam purano. Nahanyate hanyamane sharire. Yeah, please repeat after me. For the soul, there is neither birth nor death at any time. He has not come into being, does not come into being, and will not come into being. He is unborn, eternal, ever existing, and primeval. He is not slain when the body is slain. Nahanyate, nahanyamane, sharire. When the body is killed, he is not killed. He just travels. He just travels. But if he travels without attachment to the body, he is peaceful. If he is too attached to the body, he will become a ghost. What is the meaning of ghost? Not that Ramsay movie ghost. What is the meaning of ghost? A soul which is too attached to the body. Very attached to the body. It doesn't want to leave the body. So even after that, why do you think bodies are, what do you call that? Burnt? Because the soul wants to try to enter it again. Again I want to come into it. Again I want to come into it. So immediately burn the body. In our places, somebody who is not married is buried. Somebody who is married is burnt. Why? Because people who are not married are not attached to anybody, or at least not supposed to be attached to anybody. But in Kali Yuga, they are even burning, even small children, if they have to leave the body. There is a ritual through which they get them married, the dead body, to another tree or a pot or something, and they burn them. Because everybody is attached these days. Somebody is attached to something, right? So it's peaceful for the soul. It's like, done deal. I cannot come back again. So when the body is burned, you're like, okay, my body is gone now. Soul will wander around, and then Yamadutas will take him to the next. He'll get a Preta body. 11 days he'll get a Preta body. And after that, the soul's journey starts to the next body. Right? So this whole science is there in Garuda Puran. You can read Garuda Puran if you want to. It's a very auspicious book. A lot of people think it's a bad book. It should only be kept in Smashan Ghat. No, nothing like that. You can keep Garuda Puran very much in your house and read it if somebody is interested. But it's very gross. My father, he read that Garuda Puran and he told me that now I'm so scared to live also. He told me. There's so many details are given. What happens for what you do. Every one of your act is being calculated, how it is calculated. Everything is given. Too much to learn actually. But if you are trying to become a devotee, you don't need to learn Garuda Puran. Because we are not factored to all that. If you surrender to Krishna, you don't have to worry about all these things. If you want to live in this world, want to become Bill Gates again or something like that, then you have to read Garuda Puran. So that you know how to live in this world. Vedas, 90% of the Vedas talk about how to live good, how to live happily in this world. But Bhakti Yoga teaches how to get out of this world. The process that we are trying to follow is not to live in this world, but to get out of this world. Right? If you do this, that will happen. If you do that, this will happen. Because this will happen, you do that. You do this puja, and you'll not have this problem, this reaction, that reaction. All this is try to make it work to live a happy life. You put this finger, this stone, that stone, this necklace, right? This house, that vastu is for what? To live happily in this world. But because you have a temporary body, you cannot be anyway happy. An intelligent person will think, wait a second, why am I trying to make adjustments here? Why am I trying to make adjustments here? Let me not adjust. Let me just vanish out of here. Let me get out of here. You've seen so many bridges in life. Have you seen any bridges in life? Any bridge? Lakdi ka pul? There is small Lakdi ka pul, there. Anybody saw a bigger bridge than that? Durgam Charu Bridge. Yes. Ram Jula, Lakshman Jula and Rishikesh. Yes. Huh? Howrah Bridge in Kolkata. Yes. Anybody else? Even bigger? Golden Gate. I've seen Golden Gate in California. Right? Huge bridge. Planes go out of it. One common thing about every bridge is, does anybody build a house on a bridge? If somebody builds a house on a bridge, what do you call that fellow? Tell in Sanskrit. Muda. Muda. किसी पे गुस्सा हो मुड़ा बोल दो उसको समझ में नहीं आएगा. Only you know what it means. There is how many of you know Six Sigma? Heard of something called Six Sigma? Yeah, it's like efficiency growing tools and techniques and templates. One tool is called Muda. When I was in US, they were giving this training, and the trainer said, "Okay, now we're going to learn about Muda." I said, "Kya bola? Muda? Teach me Muda." You are Muda, I am a Muda to learn that. Anyway, the Muda. So Muda means fool. So no fool will build a house on a bridge. Why?
It's meant to travel.
It's meant to travel. Exactly. This body is meant to travel from B to D. B to D. B means birth. D means death. In between, you have C. Choices. And to chant. Yeah, good one. Yeah. Right? Choices to chant. Right? You see. But no fool will purchase a villa or a house, or dedicate his life for purchasing a villa or a house. You can purchase, no problem, but don't dedicate your life. मेरे मरने से पहले home loan clear कर दूंगा. क्या करेगा? What is the use of you clearing a home loan? Huh? Your son will go to Las Vegas. He'll put something. He'll get intoxicated and he'll put that house. Ayyo, gone. You're a fool. Whole life you gave for that house. Don't worry about what you will leave for your children. Worry about of not leaving them here. Worry about not leaving your children in this material world. That is the real worry. Train them to get out of here. Why do you want your child to suffer? Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadi Dukkha Doshana Darshanam. Again birth, again Pythagoras theorem, again subject, and civics, social, one life, science, one life, biology, one life, commerce, one life. मरना है क्या तुम लोगों को? निकलो यहाँ से बाहर. How many want to come back and study CBSE again? Huh? Really you want to write unit test again? They're already telling you children, become serious in studies, also chant one round every day. Okay? Yes. Because what is the use in repeating this birth again and again? Pagali hai jo yahan pe. One stupid guru is there in internet now. The one who wears saris and all. So that fellow comes and tells, why do you talk about some other world? This world is to enjoy. Right? And there are so many, kya bola? And that fellow is becoming old. वो टोपी निकालेगा पूरा गंजा है अंदर वो. Right? He'll die in another few years. What knowledge are you giving about this body to enjoy here? Why do you have to read any scripture? When I am sitting you as a scripture, I'm sitting here and talk. अरे गुरुजी कितना deep बोला गुरुजी. How deep? अरे दिमाग नहीं है क्या? People don't have brain to understand he's cheating all of everybody. He is supposed to teach this. That makes one a guru. Guru means one who repeats the word of God. Anybody. Repeat the word of God. Go sit in a satsang where scripture is being discussed. Not a person who speaks whatever he likes to speak. And there are many gurus like that in internet today. Right? Everybody can become a guru. Even I can become a guru. Right? If I lose my job, it doesn't take me. I'm very confident about it actually. 6 months I can become a billionaire. I'll tell. Repeat after me. ये दुनिया है गोल. तुम्हारा सर है गोल. मैं हूँ गोल बाबा. मेरे पास आओ गोल. People will come. Educated people will come. And most Americans will become disciples of Gol Baba. Then I know Sanskrit also. Free dadi will come. Right? 6 months I don't shave, dadi will come. Hair will go matted. Right? You can nicely cheat people. I'll tell, I can tell what is there in your life. Sometimes you feel that anxiety, right? And sometimes it is gone. हाँ? बाबा क्या बोल रहा है गोल बाबा? गोल बाबा can manipulate you like this. Like this you can manipulate. Don't go to such fake gurus. Go to a guru who is a devotee. Who wants to give you Krishna. Like Srila Prabhupada. He did not even put his name in front of the institution. What is it called? International Srila Prabhupada Institution? International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Where is the name of Srila Prabhupada? Right? They don't keep their real acharyas don't keep their names. Shri Vaishnava Sampradaya. It's not Ramanuja Sampradaya. You getting it? So gurus are not behind their popularity, and they never tell that I am the guru. My guru is guru. I am just repeating his knowledge. You're repeating his knowledge. So we should understand that in this shloka, Lord Krishna is saying, for the soul does not come into being. Very important, very deep shloka. न जायते म्रियते वा कदाचिन्नायं भूत्वा भवितवेन भूया अजो नित्य शाश्वतोऽयं पुराणो न हन्यते हन्यमाने शरीरे. For the soul, there is neither birth nor death at any time. Number one, he has not come into being, meaning it's not like, oh, you are from 2022 batch, I am from 2023 batch. Naya soul, your new soul, pure, your experienced soul, old soul. Krishna is producing new batch next year. No. He has not come into being, will not come into being, does not come into being. Right? He is unborn, meaning all the souls are existing eternally. Everybody is existing eternally. It's not like God has created in you. Along with God, you are there eternally. You are part of Him. He is your source. But He is your source, but you are also with Him eternally. How do you understand this? You can't understand it. After Prasadam, we'll discuss. Right? He is unborn, eternal, ever-existing and primal. He is not slain when the body is slain. Right? He is eternal. Who is that he? किसके बारे में बात कर रहा हूं यहाँ पे मैं? सोल नहीं, आपके बारे में बोल रहा हूं मैं. कोई और सोल नहीं है, आप सोल हैं. You are that soul that I'm talking about. Realize that's called self-realization. Close your eyes and think, I have never come into being. Just close your eyes 1 minute. Try to focus on these words. I have never come into being. I will not come into being. Nobody created me. I will never be destroyed. Am I ever existing? I also saw Lord Ram. I also saw Lord Krishna when he was in his planet. I also saw Matsya Avatar, Kurma Avatar. I also saw Brahma. I was in so many bodies. Now I am in this body. And now I am fortunate to see that I am not this body. I am fortunate to learn this divine knowledge from Bhagavad Gita, that I am not this body. And now, after this body, I don't want to take another body. Enough. Krishna, the enjoyment of the senses, enough. Now I want to go back to you. I want to come back to you. I know you're waiting for me. I'm forgetful. I forgot you, but you have not forgotten me. You have again come into my life to remind me that I have to come to you, and that's perfection of life. Hare Krishna. That's perfection of life. Just go back to him. और कुछ नहीं करना आपको. And all you have to do is what? Choose. All you do is choose. Just choose him. Krishna want to come back to you. He will take care of all the arrangements. You can't go back to him. Universe looks endless. You think you can really make a rocket to go out of this universe? Ravana tried to create a bridge from here to heaven. Like literally a bridge. You can't do all that. Right? All you can do is choose. Choose Krishna. And your life is perfect. Right? Yeah, it's a long purport, but most of it we have already discussed. Yeah. In SSR, actually we discussed most of it. Text 21. Veda vinashinam nityam.
Veda vinashinam nityam.
Ya enam ajam avyayam.
Ya enam ajam avyayam.
Katham sa purusha partha.
Katham sa purusha partha.
Kam ghatayati hantikam.
Tam bhavayati hantikam.
Please repeat after me. O Partha,
O Partha,
how can a person
how can a person
who knows that the soul is indestructible,
who knows that the soul is indestructible,
eternal,
eternal,
unborn,
unborn,
and immutable,
immutable,
kill anyone
kill anyone,
or cause anyone to kill?
cause anyone to kill?
Right? Just think, I mean, if you know that you are eternal, how can you kill somebody who is eternal? Does it mean we all got a license to kill? We're all James Bonds? Huh? I'll go and kill anybody. No law will apply on me. No. Everybody is going through their journey of karma. Don't try to be a obstacle in that journey. Journey of karma means what? Journey of purification. You are becoming pure, life after life, life after life. You are being reminded. Everybody is going through that. You should not go and become an obstacle in that. You should not stop that journey. If you commit suicide, for whatever reason you commit suicide, is that not obstructing the journey that was planned? Yes. That is why suicide is not allowed in Sanatana Dharma. It's a punishable offense. Now there are some fools who are arguing in Supreme Court, it's my individual choice, why it is punishable. If you try to commit suicide, you put in bars. Right now, at least still the law is there. But sooner or later they'll remove that law. Saying suicide is my choice, why you have to stop me? But in the ancient times also, suicide was not encouraged, because if you commit suicide, you're obstructing the amount of journey you're supposed to do in this body, and you'll not get the next body. Your next body is supposed to get after 20 years. Don't think next body will be available. Hote hi next aa jayega, nahi aayega. 20 years you have to live without a body. How painful it is for the soul. How painful. You don't have a body. You're still in that consciousness, which is what we call as ghost. People who commit suicide, undoubtedly they become ghosts. And that is the reason there is Pinda Pradhan Sanskar. There is so many processes mentioned in the Vedas which can relieve those souls to get a body. It's very important. Shraddha is very, very important. Start performing for your ancestors. Please start it, because that's the greatest help that you can do for your ancestors who are stuck in such situations and can get stuck again and again and again. Every time you're delivering them as their descendant. Someday we'll discuss in detail about Shraddha. It's very important. And today there are so many difficulties people are facing because of the curse of your ancestors. So many people go to Nasik, Ujjain, and so many other places, Gaya. For what? To relieve yourself from the curse of your ancestors. Ancestors are cursing you. That why did you take birth in my family? You're not performing Shraddha ceremony. We are suffering here. We have no choice but to depend on you. You are the only descendant right now. You're working in Infosys, Tumsosys, whatever company it is, but what's the use of it? You're not helping us relieve. You're not doing, so they curse you. Ancestors curse you. And that is why you get different kinds of diseases. You have so many anxieties in life, so many problems people go through. The planets, they change the direction when the curses come. We're all supposed to do the Shraddha ceremony.
I have a question. Why can't they do themselves? Do put things and go? Why they have to depend on their children or somebody to do it?
They have done their best they can. But the process is, you can still help your ancestors. Right?
We can help, but why should they curse?
Because they've trained you to do that. They've given you a training to help them in their bad situation. They've given you a training. And your father did not train himself properly, and obviously has not trained us only. It's a responsibility. It's not a choice. The people who have spiritual knowledge understand that the soul is traveling across bodies, right? And you have to help that soul in that journey. And that is what training is given, so that we don't think that, my father is dead, he's dead. No, he's not dead. His soul is still there. He's going somewhere. It's my responsibility to make sure I help him in his journey.
be enough.
Provided the prayer is pure.
Prayer is always pure.
Yeah, I don't think it's pure always. Go to Tirupati and ask what they're praying.
Laddu is different, but otherwise also there's.
But what is the prayer we pray in the temple?
I pray for everybody should be happy and good.
That is the problem. How can they be happy?
It's a status of mind.
In this body, how can we be happy?
It's status of mind. Happiness is state of mind. not
Yeah,
status
it's a
of
state of mind, but I'm asking you, you'll get disease.
That's for point in time, now, Guruji, not every time.
But right now, are you completely happy in this body?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, sometimes I have pain, like stomach pain, all that is there. But
No, it should not be there, no?
it comes and goes.
Yeah, but why are you accepting that comes and goes?
Because I feel the pain and pain is relief.
So somebody has told you to accept pain when it comes. And that's part of life.
It's part of
Is that true? But you're not happy when it comes. You don't want it. You're adjusting to it. You're adjusting to it. Is that true? You're accepting that pain is part of life.
Yeah, it comes and goes. Like
You-
I get headache.
You're accepting. Your parents have told, just be accepted when it comes. Because that is part of you.
I do whatever I can to relieve it. For example, if I have headache, I go for walking.
Yeah.
Feel good.
Yes, to feel good. You're putting an effort to feel good.
Yes.
Isn't it? So there are a lot of adjustments you're doing in life to remain peaceful and happy.
Very good.
Is that true? Yeah. So you're living in a place where you're adjusting too many things to make it happen. Find that little happiness. Is that true?
I always try to be happy. Yes.
Everybody likes to be happy. Sachitananda. Right? Today is the first session you're coming. We actually discussed on length about these things. There are a lot of things we're accepting as normal because we don't have answers for it. Do you want, none of us want our children to cry when we die. But they will see us die. And we don't want our children to die in front of us. That can also happen. It can also happen. Can it happen? So,
Destiny is like that.
yeah, but it can happen. So are you not living in a world which is horrible, where that also can happen? Are you coming to terms with that world? Are you questioning that world? That why am I in such a world where my children can also die in front of me? Are you questioning or accepting?
Right now, I'm accepting.
Right? Exactly. That's called self-realization. You stop coming out of those acceptances and start questioning, first of all, why am I here?
What I do.
Why am I in this world where such bad things happen? Where I can even see my father, my mother suffering, my children suffering. Why am I in this world? Kabhi kabhi khushi ka gum tararam pam pam. Side rakho gaane ko. Keep that song aside. Why is this happening? Why am I in this body? And why am I becoming old? This body is becoming old day after day. Why am I going to die? This is called self. That person was called Buddha. The person who awakens is called Buddha. Who asks the basic fundamental question, why am I taking birth? Okay, kabhi khushi, kabhi gam. Forget about all that. Why am I taking birth? Why am I getting diseased? Why am I becoming old? And why am I forced to leave this body? Why am I forced to leave this body? And then the awakening starts. My God, I'm stuck in a place which is out of my control. I'm told how to lead a adjusted life in this current situation. Does it mean we reject what we are going through? No, we accept what we are going through, but we don't want to be in this situation again. An intelligent person, and for that you have to make plans. For that you have to make plans. It doesn't automatically happen. If you lead a life thinking, okay, acha tararam pam pam, maroge, fir ye bhi ahoge. Because that is what you chose. Whereas if you prepare your life for that point to make the right choice, then the life is successful. Art of living is to decide the art of dying. Art of living is not to live like a donkey or animal and a person who is just enjoying, and you die clueless. And you die clueless without any faith. Without any faith. how much to prepare that faith with scientific proof and with a process is the meaning of life. It doesn't mean that we're not enjoying this life. We are really enjoying this life when we are actually on that path. Right? Where you're totally conscious that the life is worthwhile. Oh, beautiful. What a life I'm leading, for example. I'm just talking about myself. I'm not any great guru or anything. I'm not even a guru. But I'm just telling you my spiritual life. I'm enjoying it like anything because this is not only giving me happiness in the current state, it is also preparing me for the next life. And filled with happiness. Filled with happiness. Right? My habits are good. My friends are good. Sitting every Sunday morning, I sit in front of wonderful families. Yeah, everybody's come here for a reason. Right? Nobody asked my designation. So far, nobody has asked my caste. Right? And does it matter? Doesn't matter. Then there are everybody who wants to feed everybody. They're sponsoring for fees. Right? And we're also kind of doing a little extended fees for the people in the colony, in the community. We are serving each other. We're learning something divine. Is this life not good? But this life is special also because we are preparing for death. But if we reject death and we say that ऐसे भी जीना है, कैसे भी जियो, अभी happy रहो, that is like meaningless living. I'll ask you a question. Then we'll get back to that. I'll ask a simple question. In Bangalore, the flat that you live, what is the rent you pay for that? It's your own house?
Yeah, it's my individual own house.
Okay. If you have to pay rent for it, how much you'll pay?
It's around 17K,
17, 18K. You'll get the similar house. Okay. I have a flat in Bangalore. Okay. Which is the area you said you live? DRDO. My flat is also near DRDO. I'm very serious now about this. Okay. It's 5,000 square feet flat. I'll give it for 5 rupees rent. Will you take it?
I'm having it in my house. I don't know how much.
Okay, you can rent that and get 18,000. 5,000 square feet flat. 5 rupees rent.
As a business, it's a good deal.
It's a good deal, no? I mean, any person can take it.
Yes.
It's centrally air conditioned. And by the way, no electricity bill. I'll add one more thing. This is very unbelievable. 2 maids free. Every day. 5 rupees rent, centrally air conditioned, 2 maids free. Every day. They'll not stop. Whatever you tell, they'll do. Huh? Good deal? And want me to add more?
I do my own homemade in my house. So.
Okay. But still it's alluring, right? I mean, like,
Yeah,
nice.
Luxury, yeah.
Luxury, right?
Any car? Allow me that?
Yes, I can give 2 cars with driver. Right? I have those cars with drivers. I can give. Super, right? Is that not a good deal?
Yes.
Any sane person will take that deal?
Definitely.
Huh? It's true. With a rental agreement with 100-year lease clause.
And what is in return you are expecting?
5 rupees. 5 rupees.
Okay.
But there is one condition in that rental agreement.
That's what I was expecting.
One condition. I can knock the door, hold your collar, throw you out whenever I want.
I have my own house, no problem.
She has her own house, no problem. But still, just think about it. Everything is free, everything is so luxurious, you're living in that house. But any point, without your permission, owner can come, hold your collar, throw you outside that house. Would you want to live in that house? No sane person would want to live in that house. Nobody want to live in that house. Come on, have an agreement. What agreement? 5 rupees agreement. But I can throw you out of this house. You live in anxiety. Every time you see your owner around your flat, you'll be like, "Phekega kya baar?" You know? Again, it's a life filled with anxiety. Huh? That is called, that flat is nothing but your body. And death is nothing but your owner. He will come and throw you out of that body without any preparation. Right? I'm thinking I'll go to Mayapur today. I might die before going to that stairs. All my plans are gone for a toss. Again, my sons are sleeping in the house right now. I may not see them again. That is how uncertain this world is. Right? So I want to question my existence. And I don't want to get into that flat again. I want to get into a flat where you said, my own flat. That is spiritual body. Your own flat is your spiritual body. Your rented flat is your material body. So intelligent person, even though so much allurement is given by Maya Devi, she'll come and tell, job in Amazon, villa in Tellapur, right? Porsche car, understanding wife, obedient children, beautiful complexion, deadly figure, endless income, completely insured. But you will tell, thank you very much. Because you know all this is temporary. Can be changed at a flick of finger. Everything can change. Intelligent person will lead a life in such a way that he will not get into this trouble again. That is what Bhagavad Gita is saying. A person who reads Bhagavad Gita becomes more serious about his life. He will not only lead a good life in this life, right? He will also plan for his next life. It's intelligence. Yeah. Why should I just go and die, without a clue where I'm going?
Just one more question. Because this is my belief system. If I do pray to God, okay, but I just pray for 2 minutes or 1 minute. I just pray that every day. If I focus on helping the people who are in need of support, well, that is good enough for me to go to heaven or go to God next. I'm not going to read Bhagavad Gita or anything, but I'm going to do good things for people who are suffering. Is that good enough, or still they have to?
When somebody is drowning, would you want to save his shirt or the body?
I didn't get the question.
If somebody is drowning, would you want to save his shirt or you want to save his body?
Body.
So why are you only focused? If you save the body, automatic shirt also will come out.
Yes.
Again. So save the soul, not the body. The help that we are doing, giving philanthropy, giving some money, is just giving like shirt. He is drowning. Give him a hand and pull him out. Don't try to pull out his shirt. Or give him a shirt. Somebody is drowning. You want my shirt? मेरे को बाहर निकाल पहले, है कि नहीं? So the help that we are trying to do, can somebody give Prashadam Mata is me? She's leaving. It's already time. Sorry, can we go on a little more time? Is it okay? Yeah. For some of you, it's a revision what I'm discussing. So I'm trying to make sure that you're also going through revision. But the questions that he's asking is, absolutely, we have gone through. There is a course called, no, it's okay. Revision for me also. So understand this. What was he saying?
Talking about
Exactly. I am praying to God. Great. But what is that prayer? Very important. Just praying to God is good. But what is that prayer? What are you asking? I'm serving my parents. Good. How are you serving? Is more important. Right? I'm in America, I'm sending dollars. I'm right sitting beside you and taking care of you. What is more better?
staying at the side.
Right? So there is a lot of meaning behind what we say and what we do. Right? I'm praying to God, but what is that prayer? I should have a good life here. That's meaningless prayer. Because how can you have a good life here when your body is becoming old, you're going to get diseased and you're going to die? What kind of good life you'll have here? So my prayer should be something different. Say, Krishna, pull me out of the cycle of birth and death. He'll also take care of you. Your karma will take care of your current happiness. Anyway, it will take care. By the way, you don't need to pray. If you want to crack a contract in your life or you want your salary hike, don't pray. That will anyway come. Durga Devi will take care of it. Durga Devi's job is Prakriti. She will take care of whatever we need to get. As per her eligibility, we'll get. That is the reason some of the people who don't pray also get promotions. Some of the people who don't pray also get children. How is it happening? According to your destiny. According to your karma, it is happening. But that will also go also. That will come, that will go, that will come, that will go. That is good karma, bad karma, good karma, bad karma. But intelligent person will say, you know what, Krishna, I don't want to ask you these things. Pull me out of this. And he'll pull you out of this only when you are his devotee. Devotee means what? You understand what he has done for you and you are grateful. That makes you a devotee. Yeah, it's a journey, there's nothing wrong in helping others. There's nothing wrong in praying. It's not about 2 minutes prayer or 10 minutes prayer. What is the fixed deposit interest right now?
7%.
7%? It's bad, right? Isn't it bad? What do you think? It's bad?
Low.
It's low, right? You're accepting it's low? Yeah, 7% is low. Okay. How many hours Krishna gave us in a day? What is 7% of that?
Less than 1 hour.
Is it fair we only pray for 2 minutes? We are investing in a fixed deposit and we are expecting a return. Is that true? And we are saying 7% is low. He has invested in us, giving this body. It's there in shloka. This body he has given, yantra. He has given this body. And what is he expecting in return? Gratitude. And what percentage I am giving now? What is 2 minutes in 24 hours? 0.00, right? Can we at least give fixed deposit interest to him? 2 hours, right? In a day. And that is what we do, chanting for 2 hours in a day. Saying Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. We chant and we thank him. And the remaining part of the day, we do activities to please him. Like what? We earn money, we buy food for poor people, right? Now you will see, you sit here, there will be so many security guards and so many housekeeping staff, gardening people, they'll come and have prasadam here. That is also important. Right? Philanthropy is part of bhakti, but philanthropy is not bhakti. Philanthropy is not bhakti. Philanthropy can also lead to ego. That what God cannot do, I am doing. God, you did not take care of poor people. I'll take care of poor people. No. God, you have sent poor people so that I can take care of them. Using your wealth. That is Krishna consciousness. Right? God consciousness. Manava Seva is not Madhava Seva. Madhava Seva is Manava Seva. Right? One fool told the opposite. And the whole world is following it. What did they say? Manava Seva, Madhava Seva. Serving hands are better than praying hands. Another idiot told that. But what does the intelligent person understand? Praying hands will anyway serve. You don't have to prepare for it. Right? A praying person will anyway serve. But he will not put it in papers. Tirupati Devasthanam is serving 2 lakh meals a day. Does it come in the papers? Today we did 2 lakhs. Yesterday we did 2 lakh 10,000. They never say it. But one philanthropist, he will serve when the earthquake happens, he'll suddenly go, he'll serve there, and his pictures will come and say, serving hands are better than praying hands. Kya karte ho prayer? Aake seva karo. Dialogue. That's what is going on today. Because nobody is trained in spirituality. Nobody is. I don't want to be religious. I don't want rituals. People have become like that. People have become like that because of bad media publicity and wrong representation of religion. We should be very careful. We are fortunate that at least now we are understanding what pleases Krishna. What pleases Krishna? Seva pleases Krishna. Service pleases Krishna. But what kind of service? Selfless service. Selfless service. I don't expect anything in return. I'm just doing it as my responsibility. Just like a parent serves his child without any expectation. If child becomes an engineer or a tractor driver, I have done my service. Right? Of course, we want good future for our children, but the moment you keep expectations, your motives have changed. For example, I'll give you a simple example. I'm doing the sessions here. I'm doing the session here. If I keep expectation, how many people will give donation after this? You think I can do the session peacefully? Huh? Can do it peacefully? Or how many people will respect me after this session? Huh? And if after the session all of you are walking, nobody is respecting me, what is the use I came here? So I'll start thinking like that, isn't it? Huh? Or you are giving a donation here with expectation that Prabhuji will tell Haribol. He told to that Mataji, what about me? Bhul gaya Prabhuji, I'm a bullockard, I forgot. Then your donation will lead to anxiety or happiness? Anxiety. What use is that donation if it is leading to anxiety? When you do anything with expectation, it will only lead to anxiety. So our life should be based on a higher principle. I'm doing it as a duty. And that is what Krishna is going to teach us now. This beautiful Grantha, Bhagavad Gita, is preparing us to lead a life with expectation, but not for recognition or anything. Expectation of love from Krishna. That's all. Expectation of love from God. We do all this service saying, please Krishna love me or help me love you. Right? That is the expectation you can carry. But any other expectation is bad. It will lead to a lot of problems. Today there are so many sadhus who are doing so much fraud. Why is that fraud happening? Because they have an ulterior motive. I'll end this. What was the verse we started? 22nd? No, 21st. Okay, good. I thought of finishing till 24th, but anyway, we'll start. What is the time? 10:20. I'll end with a verse from Srimad Bhagavatam. Srila Vyasdev told this. Savaya pumsam paro dharmo yatho bhakti dokshaje ahaityaki aprahihata yatma suprasidati. Beautiful verse. Beautiful verse from Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto. Repeat after me. Svayam pumsam paro dharmo. Suddenly I went blank. Savaya pumsam paro dharmo yato bhaktir adokshaje ahaityaki aprahihata yayatma suprasidati. Right? Vyasdev is telling beautifully how to become happy in life. Suprasidati. You'll become happy. Right? This is the formula for happiness. Savai pumsam paro dharmo. Savai pumsa, human birth. Paro dharma. There are many dharmas. Dharma as a parents, dharma as a wife, dharma as a husband, dharma as an employee, dharma as an employer. Many dharmas are there. Paro dharma. Paro dharma means highest dharma. Savai pumsam, taking a human birth, you should perform the highest dharma. You should also perform low dharmas, but you should also perform the highest dharma. What is that highest dharma? To find out who is supreme. To find out who is God. As a human being, we should find out. As an animal, you cannot find out. You cannot find out. The animal doesn't have that consciousness. It's always behind eating, sleeping, mating, and defending. Ahara nitra bhaya maituramcha. Samanya vaitat pashubir narana. Dharme hi kodiko vishesho dharmaina pashuvi samana. To find out the dharma, highest dharma is to find out who is the supreme Prabhu. Simple. You have so many devatas, you have so many great people, good people, parents, right? Parents, friends. Who is the greatest among them? And what is the quality of the greatest? What is the quality of the greatest? He is the most strongest. He is the most beautiful. He is the most knowledgeable. He is the most selfless, the most merciful, the most energetic, the most renounced also. The most renounced also. He is not attached to anything. And you try to find that most, ultimately lead only at God. Nobody else is most everything. Like most everything is not there. A portion of that you will see that in the love of your parents. A portion of that, selfless. But that is also limited. Whose parents can't save you all the time. They'll also leave their bodies. After that, who will take care of you? But God is taking care of you sitting in your heart. So to find who is that God, that is parodharma. Savaya pumsam parodharma. Right? Okay, I found out who is that person. Congratulations. In this life, you have found out who is that person. And how rare it is to find out how rare it is to find out who is that person. That also Krishna is telling. Bahunam janmamante jnanavan mam prapadyate vasudeva sarva iti samahatma su durlabha. Durlabha. Rarely one person will actually think about self-realization. Rarely. Go see outside. You don't need to go for any proof. Go stand on a traffic signal. So many people will stop. Go there and ask, what is your goal of life? Hey, hut. Where do you take birth? Hut. How to be happy? Hum Sikandar hai, Mukaddar ke Sikandar. Right? Nobody is thinking about these questions. Self-realization. Bahunam janmanamante, after many births, jnanavan mam prapadate, there are some people who come towards self-realization. Right? Among such people who have finally come, like some of us in this life, Vasudeva Sarva Iti, to conclude that Vasudeva is the cause of all causes, Samahatma Suturlabha. So among billions, 10 people will come for self-realization. In the 10 people, such 10 people when they are in billions, one person comes towards the right conclusion that Vasudeva is Sarvaiti. Ishvaraha Paramaha Krishna Sachitananda Vigraha Adir Govinda Sarva Karana Karana. Brahma is telling. Brahma Samhita. He is the Sarva Karana Karana. He is that supreme person. Good. Congratulations. You all have found out. You have found out, but you're not realizing it yet. That's okay. But at least you found out. Your journey of finding is stopped. Krishna is that God. Krishna is that cause of all causes. Krishna is that supreme personality of Godhead. Okay, next. Okay, you found out the greatest person. Savaya Pumsa Paro Dharmo. Done. Next what? Kya karoge? You found out the greatest person. Now what will you do next? Kya karoge? What do you think you'll do? You found out. Mil gaya. Pakad liya. Ab kya karoge?
We try to learn more about it.
Yes. You found out. He's the one.
I will establish the relationship between us and
Serve him. He's the greatest. What else can you do? He's the greatest. He's the source of everything. What else can you do? Serve him. Savaya pumsam paro dharmo. Yeto bhakti adokshaja. He's adokshaja. You will perform bhakti. Bhakti means to serve. Serve according to what? According to what you like or he likes? He likes. You'll ask him, Krishna, how can I serve you? Krishna, how can I serve you? In 12th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, he will tell how to serve you, how to serve him. It's not like I decide, Krishna, mera mood acha hai, today khichdi. Adjust kar lo. No. Right? How to serve you. And Krishna will very peacefully, don't worry, Krishna will not ask your property. Nahi chahiye Krishna ka hamara property. Patram, pushpam, phalam, thoyam, yome, bhakta, prayashati. You see, give me that love. Give me that love. Right? We all buy chocolate. You say, just imagine. You have children now, probably? Not yet? Okay. You said you have a daughter. Yeah. Does she like Cadbury chocolate?
Yeah, very much.
Which one? Dairy milk?
Dairy milk.
So when you're going back to Bangalore, you take the dairy milk and go to her and you open your bag. Beta, yellow dairy milk. She'll be happy? Yeah, she'll take it. She'll take and run into the house. Right? Like the twin boys there. Do they like chocolates? Yes. Just imagine. You give the chocolate to your child and child takes the chocolate and he runs into the house saying, I got my dairy milk. And after some time, the child comes back to you. And he plucks a little of the chocolate. He says, Mama, you take some. That chocolate that is returning to you is more precious than your salary. The chocolate that is returning to you is more precious than any property you have in life. Because that chocolate is filled with love. And by the way, he did not produce that chocolate. He is giving back what you only gave him. So Krishna, when he says Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam, we didn't produce Patram Pushpam Phalam, but Yome Bhakta Pranashyati. You're giving it back. Like you take the water from the Ganges. How do you thank Ganges? Take water, thank, and you pour it back. That what you poured back is a loving thing for Ganga. Saying giving it back. Thank you. Right? Flowers, you give it back. Pushpam. So Krishna is telling here how to serve him. Savai Pumsam Paro Dharma, to find the Supreme. Yato Bhakti Radokshaje. Perform that bhakti. And what is the quality of that bhakti? He is also telling that. What is the quality of that? Ahoitaki aprahihata. Ahoitaki aprahihata. Meaning what? Uninterrupted, unmotivated. It should be uninterrupted, it should be unmotivated. What is the meaning of this both thing? Let's talk about unmotivated. Aprahihata. Krishna, I love you more if I get a job. Krishna, I have got cancer, remove that cancer, then only you are God. Krishna, my mother has knee problem, please remove it if you are God. Right? Krishna, whatever is happening, I am grateful that you are with me. That's what Arjuna told. That's what Pandavas told. Whatever is happening, Krishna, just be with us. We don't want your Narayani Sena. Just be with us. I will not lift weapons. No, Krishna, I don't need to lift weapons. Just be with us. You being with us is the greatest gift. Right? Pandavas. Same thing. Just be with us. Right? Unmotivated. Unmotivated bhakti. Why am I coming to satsang? Okay, I'll get Bhagavad Gita knowledge. That is okay. But why am I coming to satsang? Repeat after me. Samsiddhir Haritoshanam. I'm only coming to please you. Actually, I can sleep on Sunday morning. I love to sleep on Sunday morning. I enjoy my Sunday morning sleep. But Krishna, for you I'm going. For you I'm going. Only for you, because it gives pleasure to you. Because you mentioned in Bhagavad Gita that the place where my devotees sit and chant my names, I am there. So you are going to come to that place because we'll sit and hear about you. I am not pure Krishna, but I'll sit there and I will hear about you. I'll chant about you because you will love it. Because you will love it. Right? Unmotivated. Aprahiyata. Ahoitaki aprahiyata. Second is what? Unmotivated and uninterrupted. Uninterrupted. Krishna, I love you not 2 minutes, not 5 minutes, not 10 minutes, 24 hours I want to love you. Right? Somebody says, I love my wife. I really love my wife. Every Tuesday, 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Is that love? You can't love your wife 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock in the afternoon on Tuesday and say that it's love. The same way, I do my prayers early in the morning. That's not prayers. Your prayer should be throughout. Your life should be filled with prayers. Your existence should be prayers. That is called prayer. You're praying and you're continuing to pray. And after the prayer also, what are you going to do? You're going to continue praying. Right? After the satsang, what am I going to do? What are you supposed to do? Pray. Satsang should never stop. Satsang is continuing. After the satsang also, satsang is continuing. He's just talking to devotees, talking to people, learning about Krishna, hearing his kirtans, discussing about Krishna, repeating what you've learned here with your parents. Right? That Prabhuji does. He tortures his mother right after the satsang. She's waiting. As late ho gaya call. Huh? Discussing about Krishna. Krishna is telling, mere baare mein baat karo, mere baare mein suno. Right? Janma karma chame divyam evam yoiti tatvatah tyaktya deham punarjanma naiti mameti su Arjuna. 4th chapter 9th shloka Krishna is telling. Just understand my janma, my karma, my appearance, my disappearance. Just by understandings. Naiti mameti su Arjuna. He's saying you will not take another birth again. Just by understanding and hearing about me, you will not take birth again. Right? So, ahoitaki aprahiyata. Uninterrupted devotion. It should be uninterrupted. Without any interruption. When you're in love with somebody, it's ultimately uninterrupted, right? You can't tell, I love this person for some time, or somebody else has come, my love is gone here. My love starts again here. No. It's uninterrupted, unmotivated. Now, let us go back to the shloka. Savai pumsam paro dharmo, to find who is supreme. Right? Savai pumsam paro dharmo, yato bhakti radokshaje, to perform bhakti. Ahoitaki aprahiyata. When that bhakti is uninterrupted and unmotivated, yatma suprasidati. Then you will become happy. Then you'll actually become happy in life. Try it. Try it. You'll become happy in life. You'll become so happy that no property, nothing in the world can satisfy your happiness. Right? Nothing. It'll be like, you'll be like, Hari bol, ho gaya bas, khatam. My Krishna is mine, and I'm living this life for him. And you'll be satisfied. Done. No more anxiety. Whatever happens, your child can die in front of you, your parents can die in front of you, you might lose everything. But all this is temporary, Krishna. You are there with me, I'm there with you. I'm coming back to you. Whatever is happening in life is because of my karma. Till now, whatever is happening is because of my karma. And whatever will happen is also because of my karma. But what can happen after death? I want to make the choice. Nahi chahiye mere ko ye sab kuch. I want to come to you. I want to satisfy you. And what will you do after going to Krishna? Continue to do the same service. Not like after going there, okay, Bhagwan, bahut bolya Bhagwan, abhi my Bhagwan. Vaikunta mein my Bhagwan. No. There also, Savai pumsam paro dharmo, yato bhakti radokshaje, hoite ki aprahiyata, yatma suprasidati. This is called perfection in life. Perfection in life. And you'll be happy. Devotees are always happy because this is what they do. And this is how they prepare their life. Whole life is a preparation. Death is the examination. Prabhupada told. Death is examination. At that point of death, Krishna, I'm yours. I'm coming. How many want love marriage or arranged marriage? Love marriage. Everybody wants love marriage, no doubt. What is the beauty of love marriage? Even before you go to Sasural, husband is yours. है कि नहीं? मेरे कंट्रोल में अपने चले जा, है कि नहीं? Sasural is not a strange, unknown place. Already you know whom you are going to marry. Already you know through him who is going to be in his house. Already you know how is your Sasuma. Already you know how is your Sasur. And already you know your husband is supportive. Is it a good situation? Yes. Death should be like a love marriage, not arranged marriage. Arranged marriage means Yamaraj will come and arrange your frying pan. Love marriage means Krishna will come and take you back home, back to Godhead. Hai ki nahi? Huh? That Mataji keeps a picture of Krishna every day. Yes, Mataji, I see that. What time you dress Krishna? Every day you dress?
Yes.
What time you dress every day? 3:45. Is she a mad lady to do that?
Madly in love with Krishna.
She's madly in love with Krishna. Hai ki nahi? And do you find satisfaction doing it? Yeah. See, every day new dress. Every day new dress. Who is the most best dressed couple in entire Hyderabad?
Radha Krishna.
Radha and Krishna. Go to the temple. किसी के पास ऐसा dress पहना है क्या? Does anybody have that kind of dress, Haribol? And can you dare to wear the dress and go outside? लोग हंसेंगे मेरे ऊपर. क्या पहन रखा है? मुकुट है, ये है, वो है. But Krishna, he is accepting any dress you give. And he looks beautiful in any dress you give. Right? Because you dress with devotion. Ahoitaki aprahiyata ahoitaki aprahiyata yatma suprasidati. You want to be happy. If you want our children to be happy in life, they should become devotees. They can also become MBA, DMBA, Dumbiya, whatever. It's okay. But they should become devotees. That is the greatest education we can give to our children. And I can tell you, all the children who are sitting here, they will become devotees. Because they're eating prasadam. जा रहा है ना प्रसाद अंदर, नहीं? After eating so much prasadam, why will not they become devotees? They will become devotees. And they are seeing their parents attending classes. They will also attend classes. Right? When they become big, it's okay. अभी उसका टाइम आ गया, बोले प्रभु जी आपका टाइम हो गया अभी। नमस्ते नरसिंहाय, नमस्ते नरसिंहाय, प्रहलाद लाददायिने, हिरण्याकाशीपूर्वक्षः, शीलतन्त्रानकालाये, नीतो नरसिंहो परतो नरसिंहो, यतो यतो यामि ततो नरसिंहो, बहिर्नरसिंहो हृदये नरसिंहो, नरसिंहमदिं शरणं प्रपद्ये, तव करकमलधरे न कामधुकशिङ्गा, ललिता हिरण्यकशिपु अनुभृङ्गा, केशवधृता नरहरिरूपा, जय जगदीश हरे, जय जगदीश हरे, जय जगदीश हरे, तव करकमलधरे ललिता हिरण्यकशिपु अनुभृङ्गा, केशवधृता नरहरिरूपा, जय जगदीश हरे, जय जगदीश हरे, जय जगदीश हरे, केशवधृता नरहरिरूपा, जय जगदीश हरे, जय जगदीश हरे, जय जगदीश हरे, बोलो केशव जय जगदीश हरे, जय नरसिंह नरसिंहदेव, नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव, जय प्रहलाद महाराज, प्रहलाद महाराज, प्रहलाद महाराज, जय प्रहलाद महाराज, जय जय प्रभुपाद, 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद, जय जय गुरुदेव, 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 जय जय गुरुदेव, जय गौरा हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, जय गौरा हरि बोल, भक्त विघ्ननाश नरसिंह देव भगवान की, भक्त शिरोमणि प्रहलाद महाराज की, श्री लक्ष्मी नरसिम्हा स्वामी भगवान की, ऐसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी शिल प्रभुपाद की, शिल भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर गोस्वामी महाराज व्यास पूजा महोत्सव की, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे, ऑल असेंबल्ड डिवोटीज की, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे, हरि हरि बोल, हरे कृष्ण. Thank you very much. So please accept prasadam, and next week the class will not be there. So whatever work you have for the whole year, you only have 2 days to finish it. Invite all your relatives and tell them whole year you will not meet them. So that on weekends you are free. Right? So I'm just joking. Finish whatever things you have so that we'll have the next class after I come back, which will be, I don't know what is the date. 19th is a Sunday. So 26th. 26th Sunday will be the next class. Haribol. Next week we'll finish the soul section. Actually, I wanted to go a little further today. There are another 8 verses on soul. And there is an amazing verse that will come. The verse itself is amazing because the verse is all amazing. Ascharya. So then the soul section will complete and then Krishna will start about Karma Yoga. Hare Krishna. Jai. Please accept Prashadam. You want to chant the Prashadam mantra? Yeah. Mahaprashade Govinde Nama Brahmani Vaishnave Swalpa Punya Vratan Rajan Viswaso Naiva Jayate Shariraha Vidyajal Jedendriya Trahikal Jive Fele Vishesagre Tara Madhya Jivati Lobamai Sudurmati Take Jeta Katina Samsare Krishna Badadayamai Kori Vare Jibha Jai Saho Prasad Anadilo Bhai Shri Annamrita Pao Shri Radha Krishna Gun Gao Premeda Ko Chaitanya Jai Nimai Jai Nitai Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Shri Shri Radha Gopi Vallabh Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Mai Sudarshan Chakra Nitai Gauranga Lakshmi Narasimha Swami Srila Prabhupada Prashadam Ki all Prashadam. So this whole big prayer, you might think it's a big prayer, but when you practice it, you can chant it in 1 minute. The essence of the prayer is very simple. I'm struggling with the senses. The senses are making me, putting a lot of demands. This tongue is very difficult. Korivare, jivha. Jivha means tongue. It's very difficult to control this tongue, Krishna. Your prasad is a great way to control this tongue. So please give me the prasad through which you can control my senses and become your devotee. That's the meaning of this prayer. Hare Krishna.